Guys, the agate hunting is good today. Let's keep going. What do you say? Let's see what we find next. We want to go agate hunting.
Prospector here on the island, looking for our gems here on the Whidbey Island. Let us see if we could find some agates today.
Well, that there looks kind of agatey. Let's see what we can find over here. Maybe we'll find us some agates. I don't know what kind of voice that is supposed to be. It's the ye old prospector. Okay, guy.
Hi, everybody. So, check this out. I am so stoked right now. I'm on Whidbey Island. I've been waiting for this all week. For a whole week. Every day. I've been counting down the freaking days. It's a lot of counting, like 7 days. It's actually since last week. I counted to 10, guys. I counted down from 10. Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna pause, let you applause. Go ahead, clap your hands. Here I am, Whidbey Island. And oh my God, I'm already agate hunting. I'm here to do some agate hunting, and as soon as I got here, I just looked down. I can't take my eyes off the ground. The stones are just beautiful. The stones here are gorgeous, you guys. Oh my God, I can't believe my eyes. I'm so excited. I'm gonna start walking around on the beach and looking straight down and looking for agates. So I'll be back as soon as I find one. We're gonna document this awesome day. I got coffee, I got food, I got gloves, I got knee pads. I came prepared. I am ready to find some agates. Let's do this, guys. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, you guys. I already found nug of the day. Are you freaking kidding me? Look at that thing. Are you seeing that? Dude, look at the banding. Oh, hello. This is huge. Look at the freaking banding on that thing. Sitting right on the surface. I've been searching for less than 10 minutes. 5 minutes. You guys, do not go to Whidbey Island. The agate hunting sucks. Do not come here. Please stay away. Go anywhere other than Whidbey Island, because I don't want you competing with me. This is all mine. I'm claiming all this. It's my right as an American citizen. This is my claim. So, Whidbey Island is mine now, guys. I'm sorry, and I'm prepared to defend it, so watch out. Oh my gosh, you guys. Like, 2 feet from that big nug was this beautiful little guy. I mean, look at the banding on that thing. Oh, baby. That is a really sweet piece of agate right there. Oh man, I'm so excited. More to come, guys. I can't waste too much time videotaping. I gotta keep hunting. Oh, baby. I almost passed right by her. And there's some kind of inclusion in there. Some kind of inclusion. There it is again, clearer. That inclusion is like, yeah, some banding. There's some banding on there, down inside. Nice chunk. Dude, not even a minute later, this massive chunk. Are you kidding me? Today is turning out to be the best day ever. Oh my God, I almost missed it. I almost went right by it. What a beauty. Monster. I'm so happy right now. This is amazing. I gotta say, I love the feeling of these cold, wet stones on my hands. Even the sound of them. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know, there's something about agate hunting. I'm just really falling for it. Man, there's some beautiful pieces of quartz and stuff. Just all kinds of great stones on this beach, man. It's blowing my mind. I love it. What trips me out about this is that, I mean, people have been on this island for thousands of years, and yet still you find these stones. You know, people have been picking agates off this beach for hundreds of years.
if not thousands, because the Indians used this stuff to make like spearheads and arrowheads and stuff. The same material. So people have been picking agates off this beach for thousands of years, and yet still there's so many of them. Taking agate hunting on Whidbey Island. Things like that jump out at you, but that's not an agate. I'll be back. I haven't even touched it yet. I just spotted it, and I think it may be my first piece of moss agate. You can really look at the detail on that sucker. I think we're looking at a piece of moss agate. Whoa, look at the banding on that. Look at that. That's trippy. There's a circle of white. And then there's some bands, some moss in there. Beautiful specimen. A lot going on there. Really cool. Carnelian. Beautiful little chunk of carnelian. Let's pick it. Bam. Dang, don't lose it. I'm trying to focus on it.
So I think I just found a piece of petrified wood, and it's agatized. Agatized wood. I think that's what this is. The characteristics of it, it looks like it was wood. Organic matter, but it's totally agatized. I mean, it's translucent. Some parts of it are translucent. This is really neat, guys. This is a rare thing to find, but it's out here.
Oh yeah, look at that little beauty hanging out right in there, hiding right in there. Oh my gosh, what a pretty agate. There we go.
Look at that glowing ball of wax right there. Really nice. Opalized agate.
Wow, my goodness. I'm just sitting in... I haven't even moved. I'm sitting with my knees in the same place I've been for like 10 minutes. And I found a piece of petrified wood, 2 beautiful big chunks of agate, and some other stuff. God, this thing is neat. Look at the banding and the white on that. Really nice. Oh man, that's a beauty. Wow, what a gem. I hope that's nice and clear. Hope you can see that nice and clearly. Guys, the agate hunting is good today. Let's keep going. What do you say? Let's see what we find next. There's all kinds of cool stuff. There's a lot of jasper too. Tons of jasper, of course. Anywhere you find agate, you're probably going to find jasper too. I want to keep that chunk too. It's an agate little chunk of candy right there. Okay. Guys, check out this tasty treat. This has got chalcedony on the top of it, and then there's banding right here. This is like a mixture of quartz and chalcedony. This is definitely a big chunk of, look at the outside, how rough it is right there from the host rock, and there's crystals. So you've got chalcedony banding.
There's quartz crystal here, and there's chalcedony. This is quite a freaking specimen right here. And it's white. It's not the most translucent thing, but there's parts of it that are. Like if you crack this thing open, I think that the whole center of this thing is all, wow, nice chalcedony. Like you can look in that hole right there and you can see it. Dude, I just found a nice big quartz crystal agate right here. I was just walking on my backpack. I'm walking my backpack to just dump my pocket full of agates and just trolling along the way, keeping my eyes on the ground, and bam! That's the freaking mother of today so far. God, I can't believe the stuff I'm finding. There we got a red-tailed hawk. Right on the bluff, just catching that draft.
Yeah, just beautiful, right?
Bluffs, driftwood.
Look at that little bird over there. He's either eating seaweed or he's eating bugs that are on the seaweed. Little finch.
So I thought I might find some bigger specimens up in the bigger rocks as opposed to the smaller rocks. And what I'm finding is just under the surface here, it's actually a lot of small gravel. And then I just found this little pea-sized agate. Oh, there she is. Nice. Interesting shape on this one. Banding. Some really nice little clear spots on it. Just another beauty. Another beautiful chunk.
Good God. Turning you guys upside down. Sorry about that.
Oh baby, I spy with my little eye. Oh yeah, a nice big chunk of wax in its lake. Banded, right there you can see the banding. Kind of a purpley red, carnelian maybe. Wow, nice big chunk, guys. It's just right under my nose. I didn't see it for a while. It's kind of a good idea to just stay in one spot and keep looking over the same spot over and over a few times. And I'm on my knees, so I'm getting down close. That helps too. Bring your knee pads. There's one with some nice banding on it. What a pretty rock. Who wants to go agate hunting? So guys, remember when you're agate hunting, you might want to try changing your approach from time to time. You just kind of do whatever you feel like doing. But like, one example is sometimes to change my approach, I just start grabbing the big rocks and just chucking them aside, you know, just to see what's underneath them. And so just changing your approach, sometimes you get different results, you know? That's the theory. It seems to be consistent. So sometimes I just start doing, I've found all kinds of agates doing this kind of stuff, you know? Chucking rocks aside. And it's kind of a waste of energy, but not if you feel like doing it. What's that? I would like to find a piece of jade, but I really don't know how to identify jade. You know, so like I wouldn't know if that's a piece of jade right there. Can anyone tell me? Can anyone spot a piece of jade and show me what jade looks like when it's on the beach? I've heard this is the place to find it. Like, this is the best place to find jade, and I just don't know how to identify it. I probably have a few pieces already. Sometimes I think this stuff is jade. It's like speckled. But I've seen pictures someone showed me, and it looked more like a big green piece of quartz. Really translucent, rounded off shape, and very green. So I don't know if I've ever actually found a piece of jade yet. I don't know. Maybe someone else can help me learn how to identify it, and I can pick it up as I go along the beaches. So anyways, I'm always changing my approach. Like right now I might stand up, put on my glasses, and just walk around and just look straight down. It's always a good way to go. That's how most people do it. On the surface, guys, is where you're gonna find most of these things. Ready? Finders keepers. Pick, pick, pick. Boop. Get that in the sun. There's a dirty spot. Dirty little agate. Some nice wax for sure, though. Probably some banding. And sometimes, as I go along, I'll find like a rock, and I'm like, "What is that? Like, what's inside of that?" I just wonder. So I crack them open, and this is quartz. Of course, I knew it was quartz before I cracked it open. I just wanted to see what it was like inside. So I'm just gonna keep crawling around on my knees and looking for these guys sitting on the surface. Let's get back to it. Overall, the beach is doing its job. It's trying to segregate these things. Put all the big rocks over here, the small rocks there, the heavy rocks down underneath everything, and the really light stuff on top. So if you want to find big agates, go look in the big rocks. If you want to find small agates, look in the small rocks. But you got to also consider how the beach is gonna, how the tide is gonna leave an agate. Like, where is it gonna leave it? It's gonna find a spot where it can sort of like, where there's probably a gentle current. Because if it's a strong current, it's gonna sweep that agate right down into the water with it. There's probably a bunch of agates tumbling just past the break line right there, you know, just because it's flat. But if it's gonna leave it just sitting on the surface, it's gonna do so gently. So it probably won't be in a very steep spot. But we'll find them everywhere. Find them everywhere. Keep looking, keep searching. That's the fun part of this, is sort of, oh, there you go. Just on the verge of agate. It's definitely got some chalcedony there. Searching. Where's the next one? For all we know, the next one could be the best one of the day. The biggest, most transparent, most colorful, most banded, most dramatic banding, like high contrast. That's what ideally that's what we're looking for. Something with lots of clarity, contrasted with something dark, maybe even opaque in there. Nice big size. Some frosting. Just crawling around on your knees, you know? Hands and knees, it's fun. It feels good too. If it was warm enough, I'd have my shoes off and my shirt off and soaking up the sun. This looks like a real good spot right here to me. I just think that if the tide receded gently enough right here, it might leave some things behind. Some really light stuff behind. So you gotta think like an agate. So close, you know, you see stuff like this, you gotta pick it up just to make sure. It's not one. It's quartz, some banding. There might be some chalcedony in there somewhere. But I'm not too impressed with it. I'm actually gonna leave it on the beach for someone else to enjoy, someone who likes it more than I do. And I'm really excited if I can find a piece of black Jasper. I like to find that black chalcedony. I only ever found a couple pieces of that stuff. Black piece of glass. It's right here, guys. I promise you, it's right here under our nose. You just gotta slow down. Breathe slowly, deeply. Be patient. Sing to the agate. And you gotta use your nose. You see, sometimes the agate is right under your nose, and you don't nose diss it. You gotta nose diss it with your nose. So I just like sniff out the agates. The agates, they want to be found, so they emit a certain pheromone so that you can smell them and find them, pick them up, and give them a little home. Some attention, some love. Agates just want love. So they put out this love pheromone. It smells like perfume. If you just kind of sniff, you might smell an agate calling out to you, trying to seduce you. Romantic little agates. The whole beach is like a freaking beautiful home. There's a ferry. The whole beach is just like an absolute magical phenomenon, like miraculous work of art. You know, every little bit of it. There we go. Something going on right there, guys. Some banding. There's definitely some banding right there. Yeah, we got some chalcedony right there. There's a chunk of chalcedony, chunk of agate, more on the purplish side. So who knows, maybe this was sitting right next to a piece of amethyst at some point. Put that in my pocket because I like it. Let's see if we can find... I just dropped that fucking thing. I can't believe I did that. I was putting it in my pocket, my fingers slipped, and then chucked it. So there's no way I'm gonna find it. It's so unlikely. Be careful with your agate, guys. Be careful with your agates. Oh, dang, I can't believe I dropped that thing. It sucks. I liked that thing. Oh well. Not the agate of the day, anyway. And here's the good news. Someone else gets to find it. Someone else gets to find it. That's good. Alright guys, it is the next day. I'm back at home, and here's the haul. My booty from yesterday. The total count is 25 agates in 5.5 hours of searching, I think. So not bad. Way better than what I usually get. It was just a really good location. And I had a great day. So I'm going to start showing you all these agates. Let's get through it. Here's a piece of agate piece of Jasper I found. It really is quite transparent. But it's I would consider it Jasper because it's mostly opaque. And let's get on with some agates. Right here. We'll go one at a time. Here's a nice big chunk. Agate number 1. Really sharp. It's got some banding. It's sharp. So it's not very well worn down and yet. God, I'm trying to keep this focused and make a good video here. I'm just learning how to photograph these things. I'm outside, it's a cloudy day. I thought sunlight would be the best light. So there's one. Nice clear piece of chalcedony. Here's one with some banding on it. Some dramatic banding there. Yeah. It's like rough on that side. And smooth on that side. Nice piece. Here's another one that's similar to it. I don't know if you're really getting perspective on the size of these things. That's something else to consider. Nice nasty chunk of agate right there. So I hope you like seeing that. Moving on. Oh, here's a nice big purple piece, or sort of brownish piece, and it also has banding. I'm not sure how visible that banding is going to be on the video here, but I'll just spin it around so you can kind of get a good view of this thing. Pretty well rounded, this piece. Looks like a big piece of amber almost. But I'm pretty sure it's agate. Got banding after all, so. Moving on. Oh, here's a really pretty little chunk with really nice banding on it. There you go. It might be better if I just hold these things in my hand and show them to you. I'm gonna throw on some gloves. So here's another nice little chunk right here with some banding. I thought the gloves might make for better contrast and also just be a little less nasty to look at than my fingers. So that's a nice piece of agate right there with some banding on it. Yeah, the lighting's working out pretty good. I think holding them by hand actually helps me like bring out the best in the agate to show them off. This might be the way to do it. Let's keep going. I'm trying to learn how to photograph these things, how to get video and pictures of them in a way that really shows them off the best. So I think I might get a macro lens and then do that spinning thing. That was my idea, a macro lens, and kind of spin it in some really good lighting. That's a really sharp piece right there too. And that's kind of like opalized. Guess you might even call that opal. I don't know. Still learning about minerals too. Classifying and stuff. Here's a really standard piece of chalcedony, right? But then you turn it this way and look at the banding on it. I really like that piece. Oh shoot. Yeah, I really like this piece. I hope you can see this really well on the video. That's what I hope. Really sweet piece of agate right there. Here we go with this chunk. I remember finding this piece. I remember thinking, wow, it almost passes just a piece of quartz if I was just looking at it from this angle. The skin, like that. But then as soon as you start looking at it, you go, oh yeah, that's agate. The conchoidal, concave fractures. And the luster's waxy. So there you go. Nice piece of agate right there. Next up, let's show off this piece, which is really kind of an interesting piece. First of all, you can see the color, more of a carnelian, so it probably has more iron oxide mixed into it. And then it's got some banding, and it's got different, like the chalcedony kind of changes between here and there. These bands, so there's different inclusions on different sections of this thing. Really neat little piece. Next up, we got this guy, which barely passed as an agate, in my opinion. I was like, is this quartz? But no, it's got banding after all. When you look closely, you'll see that there's banding going on. And so this is a little chunk of agate right here. And it's probably got some quartz mixed into it, but it's got chalcedony there. So it is what it is. It's one of the things that I love about these agates is that every single piece is unique. It's a different blend of inclusions. So the substance is slightly different. But they're all microcrystalline silica. Chalcedony is another term for that. This one's got some nice waxy luster. Oh man, this is a beauty when it's wet in the sunlight. Maybe that's how I should photograph these things too, is get them wet. Another thing to consider. Man, what is the best way to shoot these things? Can anyone tell me? A macro lens, wet, what kind of lighting? Let's show off a big chunk. Here's a nice big chunk. Once again, really nice waxy luster. Just a classic chunk of agate, classic chunk of chalcedony. Rounded off on this side, broken off on that side. As far as banding goes, I'm not seeing anything dramatic. But no doubt it was probably formed with banding in there. I mean, it very well may be. I don't know. I wonder. It's got pitting on it and stuff. It's neat. Nice big chunk. Really sweet piece. So happy to have that. Here's another nice piece of purplish. And it makes me wonder if, when I see these colors, if maybe this came from a geode that had amethyst for the crystals at the center of the geode. When I see that purple color, this isn't really amethyst purple, but when it leans towards purple, it makes me wonder if maybe it came from a geode that had amethyst in it. Gosh, this one's such a sweet little moon rock. Check out the features on this thing. Yeah, wouldn't you like to have that chunk in your collection right there? By the way, go to AAA Gems on Instagram, AAA Gems, because that's where I'm going to be featuring all the best photography once I figure out how. Right now I'm just in experimentation mode. And so once I get really good photography of these things, I'm going to start letting them go. I'm going to start selling them cheap too. You know, send them on their way so they can be some part of someone else's collection. Someone else can enjoy them. Send them on their way. I just want to make sure I get really good photography of them first. This one's got banding on it. Lots of nice waxy luster. Check out the frosting on this. The frosting. There's like a circular like circular frostings, you know, orbicular frosting. Nice, really nice big chunk. So cool. And it's got some other stuff included on there, whatever that is. But it's got this translucent sort of purplish. That makes me think opal, opalized. And you can see some banding there. Sweet piece. I mean, you imagine how excited I was when I picked this thing up, because it's such a nice big chunk, right? I'm saving the best one for last, I think. So let's keep going. Here's a nice big piece. Frosting. Not much that needs to be said. Just look and enjoy. Moving on. Oh, this was like the last piece I found, I think. Before I caught the ferry, I had like... Well, my phone had died, so I didn't know what time it was, so I head back early. Asked someone what time it was. I had like an hour or 45 minutes, so I jumped on the beach, grabbed a stick, and just started going through big piles of big rocks. Just started raking big rocks around. And this guy popped up, just popped right up, boom. Awesome frosting. Pitting, really cool frosting and pitting, and it's all rounded on this side and broken off on that side and all waxy. Just perfect, you know, perfect little nug for someone's collection. Just totally ideal. It's like orangish. Actually, I noticed a pattern here. The agates I found out there on Whidbey Island, a lot of orange. Look at this guy, crescent moon shape. The crescent moon is so orange. Oh man, can you see how like opal-y that is? The translucence. Either you got pitting on that side, broken right there, pitting on that side. So it's pitting on both sides. There's pitting on both of the flat sides, and then it's all broken around the outside edges. This makes such a good charm. Like you could hang that on a necklace. That makes such a good agate charm right there. Totally 100% natural. Just wrap it in some sterling silver wire or something. Who doesn't want that piece to make a piece of jewelry out of that, right? Who wants to make a piece of jewelry out of that? Let me know. I've got it here. Okay, this is sweet. And I'm not sure how cool it looks right now. It's probably look way better when it's wet. But come take a look at this agate. It's got moss. It's a moss agate. It's got like dendrite stuff going on in there. I don't usually find very many of these dendrite style moss agates. And it's rounded, pitted, and then look on the broken side. Look at that band of white. Look at the banding on this thing. There's like this layer of white chalcedony here, and then different layers of different colors going down. So sick. This thing has character, man. This is a neat little piece. That would be so cool to hang that, make a charm out of it, and hang it and wear it as a necklace. I'd wear that every day. That's so cool. Moving on. How about a bright orange chunk? I mean, wow. Super orange. Frosting. It's pretty sharp still. It's not really well rounded, so this thing got crushed, broken down more recently. It's not too sharp to, you know, set it as a ring. You could make a totally, that would be rad stone to make a finger ring out of. Just raw, natural agate. Boom. Just like a natural gem stone. There's some opal-y stuff going on right there too. Look, see that? Sick. Love that. Here's another piece that's kind of similar to it, because it's rough, like in shape. Again, awesome necklace charm or finger ring. Could definitely make something cool out of this. Look how waxy it is, the luster. I didn't put anything on these things, guys. I didn't put any oil on them. They're not wet. They're dry right now. So that's the luster of chalcedony. That's the luster you get on a piece of agate. And that's kind of why we love them. That's part of it. That, for me, it's that waxy luster that makes them kind of addictive. Like a little piece of candy. And then each one is unique, so it's just like every time you find one, it's a different experience. You feel differently about it. Orange and yellow and some frosting right there. This one's pretty well rounded. So again, awesome little necklace charm. Make an earring out of it or something. Or just put it in your collection and keep it on your desk while you're doing your work. You can pick it up and roll it around and look at it. That's what I do. I keep these things on my desk. And I'm just always looking at them when I'm like on the phone or whatever. Just, they keep me entertained. I need lots of that entertainment stuff. These agates do the trick. Something to play with and look at, wonder about while I'm waiting on hold at GoDaddy or whatever. Here's a tiny little piece, really small little chunk. Might make a nice little ring or a dainty little necklace charm. It's beautiful. Who wants this one? Got a AAA Gems on Instagram. Find a nug and buy it. This has got some banding on it. Definitely got some iron oxide in there. Red. But this is the clearest of all the agates. It is super clear. Man, is this thing beautiful. This is so clear, guys. The clarity on this. I don't have any other agates that are any clearer than this. It's almost like white light coming through this. Pure white light. And then it's just contrasted with the banding and the inclusion. This is a really sweet freaking piece right here. The clarity on that. Dude. That's a gem. That is a gem. Alright. Here's a really weird shaped piece. Oddly shaped. Cool, huh? It's got character and it has banding. I think you'll see it better when it's wet. But it's got some white banding in there. Moving on. This little guy. Nice and clear. Really white, clear. Clarity, good clarity, but a little on the white side. But nice clarity on this one too. This is super opal-y. It's like a chunk of opal. It glows. Golly, it almost looks like it's radioactive or something. I hope it looks the same to you guys as it does to me. That's the challenge, is figuring out how to capture the beauty of these things with the phone, with the iPhone. And that's just going to take some experimentation like I'm doing here. Looking at light boxes with LED lights. So I might buy one of those. And we're almost done with the agates. I'm saving the biggest one for last. Second to last right here. Look at the, check out that banding on that frosting. Almost looks like two eyeballs. It's looking at you. A little transformer face. More banded frosting right there. Banding. Beautiful piece. More frosting. Round on one side. Broken on the other. It's got that nice white
banding in there. So cool, guys. Gosh, that's pretty. That's a chunky that you might like to make something out of right there. This is something that needs really good photography. Like, I need to get a macro lens on this and just rotate it really slowly. Such a little moon rock. All right, moving on. Saved the best for last, and here's why. This, first of all, is huge, but check that out. That is a full agate. It's a complete agate right there. All the bands, the whole piece. It's not just a chunk of an agate, it's the whole thing. This was like one of the second agate I found when I got there. It blew my mind. So I've never found anything quite like this yet. I've seen pictures of them online, and I was always kind of jealous because I didn't think we had these. I didn't think we had whole agates like this. But I found one. Nice big orange one. Lots of frosting. And as you can imagine, when you hold it up to the sky, that's a nice view too. Let's try that really quick. Let's see if that's a better way to shoot these things. You guys let me know. I'm gonna go like this really quick. This is on everything except for the agate. No, now I'm in the shadow. We need the sunlight, like. Dang it, focus on the agate. So you see my challenge here, guys. This is not easy. And now you can't really see either. So what's the trick? I think that light box might do the trick, but backlighting seems like a good idea, you know, like getting so you can see through it. Maybe I should look towards the sun. No, this is not working. Why am I so bad at this? This isn't so bad. The angle is kind of, the light's coming in from like a 3/4 angle to my left. As you can see it. And you can kind of see through it this way. So that's the whole lot of them, 25. And I also got a bunch of Jaspers, a piece of petrified wood. So let's take a look at that really quick. So these were also like, as I was picking them up, I figured, oh, another piece of agate. Because it is chalcedony. You know, for sure. But it's also pretty opaque. You can't see through it. So it'd be considered a jasper. Look at that beautiful red jasper. This is one of my favorite pieces. This looks like a freaking chunk of candy. Right? Check out the petrified wood. Oh my gosh. I've never found that before. So again, chalcedony. This is agatized wood. So this is a chunk of wood, and a volcano went off, and that ash, there was ash everywhere, and then it rained, and the water dissolved all that ash, all that silica, and then you had this gel. It's like gelatin, and that flowed over and coated this thing and got inside of it. And as it dried, it crystallized and agatized. So it reformed the molecular structure of it. This is now microcrystalline agate. And the shape of it, the design of it, was sort of laid out by the wood, the shape of the wood. Crazy, huh? It's not wood anymore. It's silica, it's agate, it's chalcedony. It just retains the design of the wood, because that's the shape it was in when it dried and formed.
So there's more chunks of, there's another piece of red Jasper there. Some that were like kind of iffy looking, but definitely contain chalcedony. You know, some big ones too. And I got a pretty good eye for this stuff, so I can see that this is chalcedony. It's got the waxy luster, and it's not quartz. If that was a piece of quartz, I would have left it on the beach. I also found this nice shell along the way. Nobody lives in it. Look at that sweet chunk. I didn't bring home too many pieces of chert. And I'm not even sure what this is right here, but I suspect that it might be Jasper. Some kind of cherty Jasper or something. So that's it, guys. It was a fun day of agate hunting. I hope this video inspires you to go to the beach and find some agates, and then share your video. See you next time. Man, I almost forgot to share this with you. This is one of the most exciting things I found yesterday. First of all, look at the clarity on that. Like, you can sort of see into it right there. This thing is full of crystal clear, I think chalcedony or quartz crystal. Look at the banding right here, see? Okay, there. See the banding? Okay, so there's banding on this thing. So, chalcedony? Agate? Dude, rough here, rough there. Host rock, right there. Host rock, right there. I'm starting to think that this was the host rock, the outside. And inside is all chalcedony, right? But, as you turn it, you notice there's these big quartz crystals around the outside too. I'm gonna see if I can capture them. I'm not really capturing it in the video, but there's like large quartz crystals along the outside of this thing. So this is it, guys. This is an agate with quartz crystals inside. Well, it seems like they're on the outside. There, you can kind of see it right over there. See that? Crystally shimmering, sparkling. So I think this is like a whole white agate loaded with quartz crystal. Really big, huge. One of the biggest things I've ever found. So this might be the biggest agate I've ever found. Oh, there you can see the crystals I'm trying to show you. See? They're big. It's like there's quartz crystals all over this thing, and yet it's like, it looks like waxy and clear and straight through the center of this thing. And there's banding. So put two and two together, it's an agate with quartz crystals. This thing is badass. This is huge. Just sitting there on the surface, up in the big rocks.